Okay, just another example, just running through the same things. To find the best strategy for each player, should get in the habit. Over here it's just doing the row minimums, which are 2 and 1. Down here it's doing the column maximums, which are 6 and 10. Find the maximum one here, the minimum one there. Those values are not the same, so it's not going to be a pure strategy game, it's going to be a mixed strategy game. So we'll have x1, x will play x1 with probability p, and x2 with probability 1 minus p. So what x needs to decide is what happens if y plays y1 and goes down here. Well, x will gain 2 with probability p, and x will gain 6 with probability 1 minus p. If y chose strategy 2, x would gain 10 with probability p, and would gain 1 with probability 1 minus p. If you simplify those out, the top line gives you minus 4p plus 6. The bottom line will give you 9p plus 1. And if you equate those, you end up with a p-value of 5/13. So that is telling us that x should play strategy 1 5/13 of the time. That's a x1 probability. And for x2, it'll be 1 minus p, which will be 8/13. We then ought to find the value of the game. So if we substitute this p-value into, well, in the exam, substitute into both and check its degrees. But if I stick it now into the easy one, so the value of that game, if I use a 9p plus 1, and p is 5/13, I will check on my sheet and I will tell you hopefully that comes out to be 4 and 6/13. That is the value of the game to x. Let's go through that very quickly. If we do similarly for y, y will want to know what happens if x plays x1. So looking down along here, if x plays x1, the loss to y will be 2 with a probability of q, and the loss will be 10 with a probability of 1 minus q. So if I add those together, they're a loss, so I need to put a minus sign in front of it. And if x plays strategy 2, they'll have a loss of 6 with a probability q, and a loss of 1 with a probability 1 minus q. Add those together, put them in brackets, and a minus sign because they are losses. If you simplify those, that comes out to be 8q minus 10. That one comes out to be minus 5q minus 1. If you equate those, you get q equals 9/13. And if you substitute that q value into either of these expressions here, you get the value of the game is minus 4 and 6/13, which is the negative of the value we've got here. That doesn't happen in the exam. You've gone wrong somewhere. Okay. Now at this point, I was just going to put up on the board an exercise 4b. And if you want to have a go at that one, exercise 4b there, you can do.